Maraming salamat ulit sa pagpunta dito at natutuwa ho kami talaga na nandito kayo. Nabanggit na ho ni Doc Doy kung ano yung proyekto. So, baka ho nagtataka kayo kasi exactly 11 months ago, para nilaunch ho namin yung proyekto. Actually, October po siya. So, karamihan ho ata sa inyo nakarating doon. So, tama ho si Doc Doy. Para ho itong homecoming and in a way, sort of one-year celebration that a lot had happened over the past month. So, Inclusive Mobility Project. Actually, it's a Rockefeller-supported project, and it's about catalyzing new mobility in cities. So, what happened is actually from the start, we try to decide on a term on how to call the catalyzing new mobility. In fact, nung nag-start, naging Finding New Mobility, Finding Nemo po ang aming drama at that time. So, it's also a search really on how we plan to really involve everyone. So as much as it's a Rockefeller-driven project, it's actually a project of you. So kung makita nyo, we come up with the word inclusive mobility because we want to shift the paradigm on really looking the transportation, not in terms of traffic, in terms of vehicle, but really in terms of people. So it's mobility of all, on how you travel or not travel at all, for all, and by all, because we all believe that each of one is like related to each other. So, next slide, please. So, just a quick overview of on the basic statistics. Of course, we did some research and later ho, ipapakita ng aming mga researcher kung ano rin yung mga nakita nila. So, 8 out of 10 people in Metro Manila take public transport. So, sa kwarto hong ito, mukhang kalahati lang o wala pang kalahati. So, pero yun ho ang realidad. 1 in every 10 Filipinos has some level of disability. So, pwede rin ho kasi yung kakulangan sa transportasyon ng isa sa kanilang problema. So in 2010, 10 road accidents took place every hour in the Philippines. Every day of that year, 5 people died and 79 people were injured in those accidents. So road accident, sasakyan. And 7 out of 10 poor families have to arrange loans to cover the loss of income a family member who is killed or disabled in a road accident. So this is the reality that we're facing, and we at the Inclusive Mobility would like to show that this is the situation in Metro Manila. So ano bang nakikita nyo sa picture na to? Traffic? Ano pa? Traffic lang ho ba? Ano ho yung nasa baba? Mahabang pila sa LRT. Pila po siya. Hindi ko alam, pero nakita ko ito doon sa picture na sa Facebook ni Dr. Hidor, who is from NCTS. So, dinote ko yung mga nakita. And sa taas, actually, kung natatandaan nyo, nagkaroon ng problema ang MMDA nung gusto nilang i-reserve yung isang lugar para lang sa sasakyan. So ito ho yung sitwasyon na kinakaharapan natin. At ito rin ho yung sitwasyon na lahat tayo ay may partisipasyon na kailangan gawin. Hindi lang ho gobyerno or trabaho ng isang tao. So with inclusive mobility, we want all of us. Kaya nga ho bilog yung aming OE. It's really a circle on and the connection of each na dapat nating tandaan. So, as we came up with the 10 principle of inclusive mobility. So, it's a transport system that works for the poor and the vulnerable, with the big emphasis on the vulnerable. This includes our elderly, our persons with disabilities, women, and children. And of course, dinig nyo na yung mga issue na, kasi hindi safe. So, talagang cross-cutting yung kanyang problema. It's a walkable and a bikeable, accessible city. Wala hong metropolitan city na tumatakbo gawa lang ng sasakyan. So pumunta man kayo ng New York, ng Tokyo, ang mga tao naglalakad, ang mga tao gumagamit ng bisikleta. So it's moving people, not vehicles. Again, emphasis on the people. It's a mobility with safety and civility. Sana pagtulong-tulungan natin, paano ba talaga magkaroon ng civility, hindi lang ang mga transport, ang mga motorista, pero tayo rin na commuter. Clean air, clean streets, clean vehicles, and clean facilities. Planning and communicating better and traveling less. So dito lalabas yung mga innovations natin, especially lalo na ho ngayon na may mga information and communication technology. sharing information to increase connectivity and accessibility. Through the months that we've worked on this, we've realized that many do not want to share information or even have open data access. So it's something that we want to connect to everyone. And one of the experience we like in the meeting the other day, parang nasabi ng isang official na we've been working on it for a year, and this is a local government official, and they told us that then someone will just borrow it and not even acknowledge. So dun nga lumalabas na it's important that we try to connect, but at the same time accept that each of one has done something. And then making our neighborhoods more accessible to the rest of the city. So, lagi ho nating tingnan ano ho ba yung kinoconnect ng ating mga sasakyan o ng ating transportasyon o ng ating infrastruktura. And of course, changing mindsets and behaviors, the authorities as well as ours. If you notice, ang unang yung naririnig pagdating dito ay, at yun ata narinig ko, masyadong matraffic. Pero totoo yun, masyadong matraffic. Pero ano ho ba talaga yung nagiging problema? Siguro kakulangan na nga ng connection, kakulangan ng mga sasakyan, or wala ho tayong iba pang alternatibo para pumunta. So at the end, it's actually mobility of all, for all, by all. Kaya nga ho meron kami ginawa na crowdsourcing activity, and this is a part of the Inclusive Mobility Challenge, would be the highlight, or also the highlight of this event, is that we want to surface out all these kind of projects that, as you notice, marami pala. In fact, we came up with 26, and my colleague here, would discuss that about in the latter part. But we just want to highlight that all of us can actually make a contribution. And so that's why we came up with the inclusive mobility. Let's work together to create a transportation system that puts people, not cars first. So let's work towards that inclusive mobility. And how do we practice that? If you notice dun ho sa aming pinamigay na brochure, there's actually a starting point that each one of us can do. So if an employee or each one of us want to travel, you have to decide how far do I have to go. Can I walk or bike? And the decision, what type of vehicle. So worldwide, actually, there's this accepted framework about the avoid, the shift, and the improve framework. So avoid, the reduce the need to travel, shift to choose more efficient transport mode, and improve for or offer clean fuel and technologies. I remember in one of our lecture, it was attended by the local government units, one of the officials told me that, ngayon ko lang naiintindihan na dapat pala hindi na kami pupunta sa malayong mall para magbiyahe. Kung makikita ko naman sa lugar. Pero sabi niya, mahirap to kasi kailangan yung pamilya ko uunahin kung baguhin yung pananaw na ganon. So, inspiring ho na may maririnig kaming ganon out of that lecture na handle ho ng Ateneo School of Government. So, what we did actually, and i-highlight ko lang ho yung una namin ginawa, is actually coming up with the inclusive mobility mapping or convening the stakeholders. So, from the start, talaga pong nag-invite po kami ng iba't ibang grupo. So, yung iba, minsan, hindi magkakapareho ng pananaw, pero na-inspiring ho kasi what we did is actually to first have this very informal way of, putting up a big map. And what we realized is that people are not really aware on how to use map. But the map is not just a map as a tool for, finding out your way, but it's actually connecting each one of us. What can you do? What are the opportunities that can be seen? So we did that in Quezon City. We did that in Ortigas. And we did that also with the non-motorized forum and mapping. Why? Because we've noticed that there are just so many actors in the different, it can be per area or per mode. So for example, in the case of the non-motorized forum, we've realized that just in Metro Manila, there are just so many groups advocating for such. And we want to highlight what are the opportunities more than the issues that we've found. It's highlighting what we've found on that mapping. And it's actually the local government units, NGOs, central and private sector enterprises that must have greater opportunities to play stronger roles in fostering inclusive mobility. So that's what we've learned. And afterwards, ito naman po yung isa sa mga sabi ko nga sa inyo, the catalyzing new mobility in cities or inclusive mobility is really finding out catalysts. And out of this stakeholders meeting that we've had, we've found so many and inspiring people who are actually our catalysts towards really improving that, towards coming up with one activity. And here's one of that we're supporting the Operation Katipunan. And I'm so happy to see our lead here, Ms. Trina Tolentino, one of our lead in the Operation Katipunan. She's from the Ateneo Parents Association, and she's really the one pushing for that. And what we've noticed when we were just discussing is that we need the manpower, and especially on urban design. And what we've done is really look at for possible partners on who the students who could help us with coming up with a sidewalk survey or a walkable survey. So we were thankful that the Mapua Institute of Technology came on board to assist the group. So those are the things that, out of this mapping and out of this understanding of what you can do, can really come up with something. And right now, it's a work in progress. So maybe may maririnig pa ho kayo after that. Next. So also we have, of course, we're supporting the Marikina Bikeway, and it's always inspiring to hear Ma'am Carlota telling, Ma'am Carlota on the other side of Marikina, who's heading the Bikeway, telling us that, oh, it's so nice that we have partners on this, and we were telling them that you're actually the catalyst, and we're just on the background. So when she went to the mapping, I think it sort of inspired her, Ma'am, so it's something that maybe we can hear more from her later. And then there's the Pasig City Health Bike Carless Sunday. So this is really inspiring for all of us, especially for the team. Simply because the city already had a policy and needed some push. So when we learned that they're really coming out with it, it's top-led, actually. The city government was the one who initiated. And what they need is just support. And it's really good timing that we have this mapping opportunity, mapping activity. So what we did is just, find all these sectors, especially in the Central Business District, especially here in Ortigas. As you know, karamihan ng mga kumpanya dito are into cars. And I know that it wasn't an easy, activity to initiate and to really involve the companies. But what we've told them is that eventually this will create your foot traffic, and this would actually help not just you but also involve kasi through on Sundays you can have some stalls, and the community, especially from the urban poor, can sell their products. So it's really sharing and really coming up with those kind of opportunities. So yeah, we're very happy that somehow the Pasig City is really advocating for this, and they're one of our lead catalysts for such kind of event and activity to really improve our system. And so we also have international actors that foster standards and models, and these are powerful in bringing market and policy enablers into play in Metro Manila. Doc Doy earlier mentioned about our study tour. So we also did our research and really look at all these international organizations. And so far we're happy that we were able to work with the ITTB and the Institute for Transportation Policy and Development. And we were able to bring into Guangzhou 28 local officials, the chairman of the Metro Manila Development Authority, mayors of Marikina, Muntinlupa, and of course the local leaders, the Centro of officers, the environment officers, the traffic officer, the planning officials of the at least 10 cities. And what's inspiring is that they walk and they cycled in the heat of the sun, and that was something that they've experienced. And later on, you will see more about it when my colleague discussed about that and showed the video. And of course, we've got some lectures. As I mentioned, we partner with really established organization, and it's interesting to find out that there are many opportunities out there, and that like providing even the services for lectures for free. And so what we want to highlight, and out of the lectures, aside from the research that later on you'll hear, we're also, like I mentioned, really look for many new business models, for inclusive mobility. And later on you'll hear more about it. But at the end of it, Wow, wala na. We want to highlight that, yeah, there are so many opportunities that can be seen out of this activity. So it's still a work in progress, and through the 11 months, I think all of us have come a long way, and it's so nice that to see familiar faces, and hopefully be always be the catalyst for the change that we want. So with that, I end this presentation. Thank you.